Hi, first of all, I hope all of you are staying safe, washing your hands, and trying to say not go too crazy during this time of COVID-19 that we're living in. Hang in there. We're all going to get through it. Let me introduce myself. My name's Pete Groth. I worked most recently at Fairchild Semiconductor. I'd spent 31 years in the semiconductor industry, most of those up here in Maine, and retired about 7 years ago. Semiconductors are the building blocks of almost all electronics. So when you think about all the electronics in your life, whether it's your cell phone, your laptop, your tablet, these things pretty much offer everything to us that we need in terms of education, productivity, being able to communicate in so many different ways, get our education, get our entertainment. These are very important devices in our lives, and semiconductors are the guts that go inside of these things. My career, I'd like to go through a little bit just to kind of let you know how you can choose a few personal interests and combine it with some ongoing education, and you can have a very, very interesting career, and it'll take you places that you never even thought you'd go. In high school, I was good in math and physics. And I was okay in English, and I had a physics teacher who said at the time, there's lots of engineering jobs. You should go to college and get an engineering degree. You'll have no trouble finding a job afterwards. So that sounded good to me, and that's kind of what I did. I went to college. I enrolled in electrical engineering, and even though I didn't like a lot of the courses I took, I found them to be really hard. I found some in my senior year that were really interesting in semiconductor design, and I said, that's what I think I want to go do. So I got a job, moved to Texas, worked for Texas Instruments, and worked there for 3 or 4 years doing design of semiconductors, which I found interesting. But after a while, I decided I really wanted a little bit more focus on the business end of things. And as a design engineer, I was stuck in the back just designing, but not really getting to interact with people much, and certainly not with business. So I moved to my next role, which was more of a marketing job. And at this point, I was choosing the products we developed and not just designing them, but deciding what we were going to do. And this required me to do a lot of new things. I had to go research customers' needs, competitors' products. I had to learn about doing financial analysis on whether we could make products, make money out of them. Had to learn how to make presentations and go off and decide, to convince management to do this product or not, etc. So basically building on the engineering skill set that I had in the education, but also adding in a lot of learning along the way about finance and developing communication skills. That led to a 12-year career in marketing, where I did all types of marketing and all of those same type of things. Lots of travel, lots of presentations, but a really, really interesting life. And then 12, or I guess now at this point I was 39, so 17 years out of college, our company, which is private, had decided to go public, and they needed a new investor relations officer. And they came and talked to me, and I said, why do you want me to do that? I've got an engineering background. And the answer was, you're the only one who has that background, but also can understand the finance and understand the way to talk to people about it. So it was that combination of technical skills, financial learning, and communication skills that has allowed me to get into this new world. And investor relations was like one of the funnest jobs that I ever had. I got to go around the world. I talked with investment bankers, analysts. I made presentations, talked about our company, and was able to really, really have a lot of fun, but by using all these skills that I developed over these years. And then after that, the management came to me and said, we need somebody now to run our business development function, which basically meant that all of the mergers and acquisitions that our company did basically came through me. So my job now was to kind of use all this technology, finance, and communication skills to go out and look at other companies, decide what parts of them we may want to buy or what we may want to sell to them, figuring out the value of things, negotiating the deals, working with the bankers, working with the lawyers, and doing all that type of stuff. So, this is all from starting as an electrical engineer, but going through a career where there was constant learning about finance, communications, and other skills, and basically putting it all together. So the reason I went through that overview is just to let you know that, you once you choose a couple of skills and interests that you really like and you want to work on, if you go through the rest of your life and keep focusing on those, you will have all kinds of opportunities open up to you. So in closing out, the main points I want to make to you are, follow your interests, but always, no matter what field you're in, learn how to be a good communicator. So many people cannot do this, so the ones who do it well, they really get ahead. Learn how to write well, learn how to talk with people, learn how to make presentations. Anybody can learn to do this. It just takes a little bit of work. Also spend a little bit of time understanding finance and economics. This way, whether you want to be an expert in that or not, at least you'll understand a lot of what's going on in the world, and you'll be able to see a lot of opportunities as they come. And then finally, recognize that your education never stops, that as long as you continue to learn throughout your whole life, you're going to be able to be adaptable. Jobs are always going to change. You'll have several different jobs in your career, and this is the way that you can best prepare for going after those. So in closing, I hope this helps some of you as you look forward and you think to your own future. I wish you all well, and I hope to see some of you in the classroom in the near future. Stay healthy.